All right, so welcome to Your Music is Bad and You Should Feel Bad. This is Matt,
This is Rich.
This is Eric.
and this is our Namm 2017 episode. It's a little late because, you know, we had to go there and come back and
You should have been there.
then get our lives back in order and then now record
It
this.
definitely took me like 2 weeks to get my life back in
It was quite a trip.
I was on California time until like this morning.
Oh, man.
I had a bunch of my mail stolen while I was gone, actually.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
damn.
that kind of sucked. But anyway, it was worth it. I'd do it again.
So the first thing we went to, was it like Wednesday night or was it Tuesday or Wednesday?
I think it was Wednesday night, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
because
sounds
Tuesday
right.
we went to karaoke.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We won't talk about that.
Okay, I'm fine. I have some notes, I think. Okay, so Wednesday we went to the Whiskey A Go-Go in LA to see Marty Friedman.
Yeah.
There was a lot of promotion. I think he was at NAMM last year, but this year there was a lot of stuff because I think he had a new Jackson guitar model, and I don't know. It was also just some kind of like returning to his home country or something. Like I don't know if he like actually was just like they made it sound like he moved back or something, but I think it was just that no, he's just here for NAMM.
He got tipped off
He
about...
comes here all the time. He filmed a TV show here for
But
a while.
but he wasn't here for a long time. Like he lives in Japan, right?
He
So
got tipped off about Trump's order and figured he needed to get stateside before they
Yeah.
didn't let him back in. They're like no shred guitar players are allowed back in.
But yeah, I don't know. I felt like they were really like at last, and I was like, wasn't he here last year?
I don't think he's done a show here.
Maybe not. Yeah, he was on several NAMM related shows, like that one, and then he was part of the Metal Allegiance one that we didn't get to, although it was probably terrible. Like really, I saw the Metal Allegiance thing at NAMM before they made it like a quote unquote band, because Mike Portnoy's involved. So at some point he was like, guys, we could do an album, and they're like, are you sure? I mean, all we've done is like get together at NAMM and play covers of old metal songs that none of us, or like that at most one of us was involved in, unless it's a Pantera song, in which case then it can be up to two, because I think the bass player was there. And
Rex was there.
And Phil was there.
Phil showed up. Yeah.
So, and this was before, his white power incident, or the most recent white power. I don't know if there are earlier white power incidents. I just assume there probably are. But
probably.
the clear, obvious one of recent note.
I mean, if you want to punch a Nazi, that's the guy.
Yeah.
Pretty sure there was a dime bag guitar that had a Confederate flag as the paint job. So
Probably.
I'm willing to bet there were other white power incidents involving Phil. White wine power.
Well, plus, wasn't his endless rage part of why they broke up? Like, wasn't he one of the main dysfunction?
It was his heroin abuse.
Oh, right,
Right,
of course.
because he could not get it together, and so they were just like, "Man, you're such a piece of shit." And again, they had so much money.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it wasn't like a lot of bands where they're like, "We really need to be touring because we have no other marketable skills and we're gonna be homeless." Like they had, don't they have platinum records? I mean, that shit sold.
Yeah, I think so.
So I think they were like, it's not worth it to put up with this, but clearly they weren't done playing, right? Because that's why Damage Plan and whatever
Yeah.
and Down and but yeah, I think they just didn't want to deal with his ups and downs doing heroin.
Yeah. All right. So I found my notes for the Marty Friedman show.
So,
So
what were the openers?
that's why I'm glad I found my notes.
They were very
the
prog power worthy.
Right. The first band especially was called The Element. And you could tell just from their T-shirts and their name, you were like, prog power band? And they were from Brazil. And so
I think the one guy's originally from Brazil, but now they say they're from
they
somewhere
moved.
else,
I think they
right?
moved here. Yeah.
Or he moved here, and he got all new musicians, I think.
That's possible. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, it was very lots of Dream Theater-y bits and some power metal-y stuff. Just when
the
they were-
band's album covers and T-shirts look straight out of 2004.
Yeah, and even when they were sound checking their keyboard sounds, I was like, "Am I a prog power? Oh shit, what's happening?" And then the next band was called Points North,
Oh yeah,
which I thought
don't
was
remember
funny.
anything
Were they
about
from
that band.
Canada?
Because it sounds. I mean, on the one hand, it sounds like geographical, headed for points north, or it could just be like it points north. That was the other thing. I was like, what points north? I don't know.
My compass.
But also,
Always.
it's like a power trio instrumental guitar band.
Yeah, it wasn't,
So like,
wasn't very remarkable.
yeah. And
Wait, did they have like 2 guitar players?
no, it was bass, drums, and guitar. The bass player had a controller for triggering keyboard like notes. You know,
Like use Getty?
right. Only the modern, the way I actually was like, that's how I would do it if I decide I need to trigger keyboards with my feet.
They did sound like they like Rush.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly kind of it's like Rush, but like without the vocals. So, and not as good, but so yeah, so they were all right. But it was very, let's say it was a very appropriate bill for Marty Friedman, but he was still by far the best.
And he was definitely the shortest man on stage.
Right. Okay. So this was my observation of this was because I know about his height and everything, but at first I was like, oh yeah. So like his drummer and bass player are Japanese, and the bass player is a woman. And at one point I noted that he looked slightly taller than her, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's got like half a Japanese band, so he looks like normal height. And then I noticed that she was wearing flat shoes and he was wearing massive platforms. I'm like, oh,
5-6 inch heels.
this Japanese woman is much taller than him. Okay.
What was she? Was she the bass player? Or
Yeah.
What? Okay.
She
Yeah.
fucking rips.
She
dude.
was
She's
really good. Yeah. And she had like a solo,
Do
which
we know who she is?
we can probably find out.
Oh, well, it's not super important.
I mean, she did a
She's,
solo.
relevant to my interests.
I wasn't at the show, by the way, for people who don't know. I was hanging out with my brother.
I guess the Metal Allegiance show isn't the only one we didn't go to then.
Ki-
A lot of shows
We didn't go to
didn't
Neil and Michael's Metal Jam.
her name's Kiyoshi Mani.
Okay.
And this,
She playing anything else?
let's see.
I feel like she plays guitar, but I don't know why I think that.
I wouldn't be surprised that if the bass player for Marty Friedman's thing plays guitar.
Right.
Because, I mean, like, he supposedly played the bass that you can't hear on Cacophony, so, you know.
What? So this is interesting. I don't know because this is so this is on Metal Injection. When I just Google like Marty Friedman's band, and it's specifically about how great his bass player is, and we're like,
Right.
oh, did you enjoy that? Like, so the title is Marty Friedman's bassist Kiyoshi Mani is the most entertaining bassist I've ever seen, and he, it's the usual kind of description. Like here's a quote just for the kind of review this is. The band's drummer Chargi, which is spelled with like 4 E's. Is straight out of an 80s Sunset Strip movie and delivers some drummer tricks that would make Tommy Lee blush. So you get the kind of description where like, oh yeah, man, fucking give Motley Crue a run for their money. It's like
He
only
stands up on his kit frequently.
right. Yeah. So that's the kind of description. And then he gets down to like the highlight of the show for me personally was when Marty took a back seat and let Kiyoshi rock a bass solo. And then he's got like a video of it. But then apparently in this, so she started doing The Trooper at our show. But apparently whatever show this guy went to, she started singing Higher Ground. I don't know which Higher Ground that is. It might be more interesting than The Trooper. But anyway, yeah, so she had a little solo spot like that described, and it was pretty good. But then my favorite part, so at the very end of the set, it is a Namm show, right? So it's a Marty Friedman show and it's a Namm show. So Marty knows there's guitar players in the audience. So finally he's like, all right, so there's definitely got to be guitar players here. Like, I mean, he also did some whole thing about like how he's pleasantly surprised that there are women here, and like that's nice.
There were. It was
there were,
like
yeah.
40%.
Again, though,
actually surprised.
it's L.A. and it's Namm, and the '80s never left L.A.
Right. But it wasn't like obviously people's girlfriends either. It was like
Right. But
Yeah.
but I'm saying there's also like, I mean, women also like it didn't they also are in the 80s in LA. But yeah, so he called up, he had some random guy come up, and the guy was pretty good too, which I guess shouldn't be surprising
like
for Namm crowd.
so 90% of the crowd raised their hand when he was like, "Hey, who wants to get up on stage and trade solos with me?"
Yes, there was a huge,
literally 90%.
It was seriously, yeah, a huge amount of the crowd. But then, so that at the very end, after this, so he did like this, call and response thing where the guy would play something and then Marty would play it back by ear. That was pretty cool. And then afterwards, he was like trying to tell the guy like, "Oh man, that was great. Thanks for coming up." And he was like, he gets to the mic and he's like, "Massive cojones. That's what I like to see." So I posted that on Twitter and I just quoted it and I was like, what? And he retweeted it. So I was like, it's nice that, to see that he has a sense of humor and that he's not like, "Hey man, what the fuck?"
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yep.
putting her hand to her ear, Hulkamania style.
Yeah, she does that.
Nice.
Also, I didn't realize when you were saying Chargy, it's charge with a
Oh,
bunch
yeah.
of extra E's.
Well, okay, so
Like,
so is that supposed to be? But then it would be a bunch of
But then it
A's,
would
not
be
a bunch of E's. So
right.
I'm like, I don't. Yeah.
It's
Right.
the 80s.
Or maybe because he's like electrified, you know.
It's the 80s,
That's
and
why he's
also he's
charged.
Japanese, so it's really hard to say what they're trying to go for.
I do not know.
Yeah, so that was cool. Let's see. We went to the show.
Yeah, I looked at a lot of stuff.
We looked at guitars.
Yeah, there
They
wasn't
lied.
anything super big that jumped out on Thursday. I'm trying to think in general. Let's think in general about like stuff at the show, like in terms of gear.
I mean, there was the
notable?
ridiculous fucking mermaid guitar.
Oh yeah, the where it was like, did
As
you?
big as a person.
I feel like you used more wood than was necessary for this instrument.
Oh, yeah. I
I can't believe I'm giving that more press because it doesn't deserve any. It's unplayable.
I
for
mean, we
anyone
didn't say what
listening.
brand it was, and I couldn't tell you, so I think we're cool.
Just a lot of weird, like poorly thought out boutique guitars this year, more so than last year.
This keeps happening to me. When I got my Strandberg, which I'm now going to sell because I'm not happy with it, it was pretty much because I played one at Namm when I did not plan to play Strandbergs at all, but then I like stumbled past the booth and I'm like, oh hey, let me try one of these out, and I just really liked the, you know, as far as the fan fret, it worked a lot better than I thought it would, and so I was like, okay, this felt good and the tension was good, but I never plugged it in. So then I bought one and then tried to make it sound good for like a year and a half. But anyway, so what happened this year? Okay, so I played, you know, I went to Harrison booth and messed with their 8-string, which I'm going to probably get. But then we went to Aristides again, and they had I guess they had them last year too, but I didn't even bother with their booth last year. But the fan fret 8-string they have is just the gentiest fucking thing.
Yeah, it was Instagent
Yeah.
to the max.
And you know, you can really hear the Arium, like, which is exactly the opposite of what I think they want you to say, because they're like, it sounds just like wood, only it's not. It's like, it sounds. I actually like it because it sounds different. Like, it's part of one of the reasons I want one. It's like another guitar isn't going to sound exactly like it because you can hear kind of these mid-range frequencies that are a little different.
Yeah, it depends. It's kind of like that thing where, you know, like Penny Salvation, like clearly play Parkers. Like
Yeah,
you can hear
yeah.
that it like does not sound like a normal
Yeah.
guitar, right? But no, what was it? What did it say on the back of that guitar? I can't remember. It was the dude's name, right?
Oh yeah.
On the
It's
back of
T word, but I can't remember.
Timo.
Timo, yes.
It said Timo. Yeah, I kept trying to remember that, and I knew it was 4 letters. And I was like, what the fuck did that guitar say? Because the dude's name was Timo.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Aristides
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
And he's like, it was like his guitar or whatever. But it was like flake sparkle purple.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It was like mystic purple to red kind of.
Oh
whatever.
yeah, the color changing.
But yeah, it was super Jenny. It was one of those deals where, it also might have been how they had the Axe effects or whatever dialed in, but it was hilarious because it was like, do you like Jet?
Yeah.
This,
and also
this
the-
sounds like Jet.
Yeah,
It
it
I
has
just like
8
sat
strings.
down, played
Yeah.
gent like immediately.
Yeah.
It was like
it's like wow,
Right.
wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Exactly. No,
right.
it was. Well, okay. So I made a video. I cut together.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, here's what it
Right.
is.
Forgot to watch my videos.
I mean, maybe I'm ruining it, but and it might take me another week to get the videos out because I want to make sure I have the right like titles and music cues and shit. And
just released the show and the videos at the same time.
yeah. Well, no, the show will probably get up first. I'll probably get this up like tomorrow. I don't want to mess. It's been a while, and we got a lot of hits. While we were at Namm, I was running the ad with the picture of the T-shirt, and just in the hopes, and it partially worked in terms of getting the attention. Like, it didn't get anybody to buy a T-shirt,
Right.
But it did get some people to actually like the show and like check out the podcast, and just a fuck ton of people being like, oh, that's like just likes and shares and being like, look at this fucking thing, but like I'm not gonna buy it or whatever, which is fine because I don't expect anyone to buy it. The whole point is like, maybe you check out the podcast, because if you actually knew the podcast and you thought that was funny, you
buy
would,
the shirt.
you're gonna buy that. So I'm gonna sell some fucking shirts sooner or later. Like, it's gonna happen if these trends continue.
That live event I alluded to, it's definitely happening.
Yes. So anyway, so the video, I got the clip where we're at the comparison booth and you're playing their 8-string, and we're like, we'll just make a real-time visual album from Namm made up exclusively of songs we wrote while playing guitar.
That was one of the funnier moments at
So
Namm, I feel.
I cut that and the Aristides 8-string together, and then the clips I had of me playing shit, which makes it actually no. There's like 2 clips of me playing shit.
Well,
one,
but I have clips of you playing stuff. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
I recorded
so-
stuff on my phone.
okay,
I
so you
forgot
gotta
to watch
send me
it back,
that.
but I need
Yeah.
to send them to you. Yeah.
But what I did though almost makes it funnier because I put a clip of me playing the comparison 8-string, but I just cut it over while you were playing it, so it's just like me playing something that doesn't line up but with the same guitar, and then I cut in me playing the Godin classical,
Yeah.
which you can barely hear, so it sounds like absolute shit, and it's just like random little like, so it sounds like the dumb little like classical section or like the Holy Wars interlude,
Yeah.
only way shittier. And then I also at the end threw in you playing the Equilibrium bass, so then there's just like a bass solo at the end. It's so fucking dumb.
And everyone knows I'm such an awesome bass
I'm going
player.
for the dumbest Namm video award is what I'm shooting for, even though I don't think that exists.
That would be hard.
They're gonna
to
make
win,
it
though.
up.
That would be hard to
Well,
win.
okay, I guess you're right. It would have to be like for like intentionally dumb, not just because you're
Not just
dumb
be-
and went to Namm.
Not just because it's like you're in some weird percussion booth.
Yeah.
So speaking of Equilibrium, buy their shit because
Oh, yeah, that's something we talk about.
And their bass sound really fucking good.
They have a new okay, if you don't know who we're talking about, Equilibrium Guitars is from I think Boston or somewhere
Yeah.
in Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's Dave Cohen.
Dave Cohen.
No relation to Ben Cohen.
He makes very custom, mostly one of a kind guitars, and but this year, and they're super high quality, but this year he made like a I guess
He had 2 basses that he was showing.
yeah, and he made a standard 7-string guitar model that there are going to be 10
One of
builds
10,
of.
Yeah, they were gonna do like a production run of like 10
At a
and
lower price.
1. Yeah.
They're really good.
Yeah, so they're only like 3,700 I think instead of
32, I think.
like
Wasn't it?
4,000 or something.
Yeah, I think it was like 3,200, but I don't remember. It started with a 3.
Yeah,
That part I know.
which is less than
I feel
think
like it was
their stuff usually is.
32.56. You can quote me on that.
Which is still less than the universe that sold on eBay
Yeah.
overnight.
You really wanted to get that, didn't you?
Yeah, but I wanted to pay like 25 for
Yeah.
it. I was gonna call them today, even though it says they're closed on Sunday. The number that was there, they were like, call this dude Matt. It didn't have a Delaware exchange, it had a Baltimore exchange. I was like, oh, that's this guy's cell phone number. I'll be able to, but I wasn't gonna call him at like 10 p.m. on a Saturday, right? Bro, cut me a deal on this. I know you're not like out trying to party or something, so why don't you cut me a deal on this guitar? But then somebody paid full price overnight. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Fuck.
It's fine. I'm still cleaning the other one.
Who else was there this year? I think Faith was back. Their guitars were pretty good.
Yeah, it was mostly the same stuff. The thing that was actually cool for the acoustics was the Yamahas, because Yamaha updated a whole bunch of stuff on their A135 line, and they had last year's guitar there, so you could like see what they changed, and basically like this satin finish on the neck that was super nice, and those things are super loud and they have a lot of distinction. And even the like cheap one, right? Like the expensive one, it's like, oh, it's all one piece wood and made in Japan, whatever. And the cheapies are like, they're still really like there was not $1,000 of difference between those guitars, like
Yeah.
that shit was really nice. I
It's
was like,
the LL6 ARE, right?
no, so the L6 is a cool one. That was the first one I played that I liked. These other ones were like, it's like A1C and then it's M or R depending on if it's mahogany or rosewood, right?
Mhm.
So and then whether or not it is the C is just the body size with the, like concert versus folk or whatever. But it's not like an F, it's just no letter. So it's like, so you have like, there's an A1, A3, and an A5, and then it's either C or nothing, and then it's M or R. But they were like, they didn't have anything to plug in for the electronics, so I have no idea
Yeah.
what those sound like or if it's worth, usually electronics on those things sound like garbage regardless. So I wouldn't be like, I need to get the more expensive one to get the nicer electronics, because it's like, so it sounds like you still wouldn't use it. Like, I don't, but
I thought about buying one, the LL6, and like some stores already had it for like $450 with a whole bunch of stuff with it.
yeah.
Well, weren't the L's
then-
like last year's? I think the A's were the ones they just updated.
Well, right, they updated the A's, but the
And the L's are nice too, yeah.
The L's are nice guitars.
But the new one, like Sam Ash wants 900 for it, and it comes with nothing. So I'm like, why the price increase?
I don't know. That's weird. But the new Yamahas don't ship till April, so I'm gonna wait 2 months or whatever if they're on time, which they probably will be.
Yeah.
But definitely pick that up. But also so did Line 6 buy Yamaha? Did we look this up?
Yamaha bought Line 6.
Or yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right, because
Line 6 doesn't have that kind of money. Come on.
So my favorite gent adjacent band, 12 Foot Ninja. I'm just gonna start calling them post genre because they're totally just post genre. They posted on Facebook that their guitar player Stevik, and I think he's like the main writing guy too. He was going to be.
Say it?
I thought it was Stevik.
Or maybe
That
it
was
is Stevik.
Stevik.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard people
Said
say
his name was Stevik.
I think it is Stevik. So he was going to be okay. So they posted he was playing at the Marriott. So I was thinking like the Marriott lobby, and I'm like, really? Well, whatever. I'll go see it. But what it turns out was that Yamaha, their booth is like a part of the Marriott hotel. It's just like a whole section with like a whole bunch of conference rooms and shit.
They need all that room for A, they have a ton of stuff. B, they have pianos.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's just a ton of room.
Exactly.
They basically have their own wing. At
Right,
Namm.
exactly. So
Oh, dude, they bought
'Cause they're
Line
baller.
6 years ago. This
Maybe-
press release is dated December 20th, 2013.
maybe they just decided to like make it more obvious
Maybe
this year.
it
and
took it
bring him into
them
the family.
3 years to do the merger in
Yeah.
a way that like they consolidated personnel.
Probably. So basically the Line 6 booth was a little room in the Marriott Hotel by all the Yamaha stuff. So I found he was doing this demo twice a day, and he was showing off his new signature Variax because
Shuriken.
the Shuriken. It's really interesting because I think there's several reasons that nobody cool. I mean, I literally can't name anyone who plays a Variax other than him, and I definitely can't name anyone cool who does. So like he was using it, and he was using it to fairly good effect. He was using it to like go from like standard to like drop A, to get kind of down to like genty stuff, but without having to play like a 7 or 8 string.
And also to mute and change the volume on strings.
Well, I'm saying before the old version, because he used the old Variax, which are awful guitars. And the thing built into it, it does a few things, but it was the old one was pretty limited. It was like, I think you could drop from like standard to drop D, and then you could drop an octave or something. So you could do like E, drop D, drop A, or maybe B. Or I don't know if you could even just do a straight up B though, but it was very limited. But so the new one, not only did they massively update the software and stuff, but he had them design a guitar that didn't look totally stupid. And it also ended up getting...
Didn't he say part of the design was an accident?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He, like took off the bottom piece with his thumb.
Yeah,
on
so it's the
drawing
shape
app.
of his thumb. And now there's a bunch of new promo videos up where he talks about how he wanted the guitar that like Batman would play. And so half of the video is like clips from Christopher Nolan Batman movies and him talking about, see how doesn't this look like he would play it? And but anyway, the point is he's a funny guy, and he was very amusing, both in the way he talked about it and just did his demo, and he played a few excerpts from their songs, which I like their stuff a lot, so that was pretty cool.
And Kapak Wada Banana.
yeah. So the new version, you can mute strings, you can tune any string, I think within like an octave or so, any amount of at least semitones. So he does some really weird, crazy stuff, which is, I mean, basically, if you're curious about this or think it sounds amusing, just go on YouTube, search for Shuriken Variax, and I'm sure there's a bunch of demos now.
A weird thing that apparently the Shuriken guitar is a limited edition, so they're not gonna like do a huge run of these, or
That's possible. Because I don't think the Variax has ever sold that well, so they're probably hesitant. But I bet it'll definitely do better than the old ones. And like 12 Foot Ninja seems to be really taking off. Like this band last night that I was talking about, that I went to see, Fifth Freedom. We were just hanging out, and their bass player mentioned 12 Foot Ninja, and I was like, "Did you say 12 Foot Ninja?" Like I was like, "Fuck yeah, 12 Foot Ninja!" Like they're like, "Yeah, we went to see them at their wherever weird." Because the last tour they did of the U.S. was like 5-6 dates, and they were weird. Like no New York date, but Janesville, Wisconsin.
I thought you were going to be
And
like Omaha, Nebraska.
what's messed
but
up-
no, Janesville. I don't even know where that is.
Right. It's kind of near Madison because I know a bunch of people from there because they went to UW, but they're from Janesville. So the guy who told me about 12 Foot Ninja is from Janesville. And so I was like, I hope you're happy, Eric.
Apparently
'cause
they have a
you're-
huge group of
like
fans.
I gotta check because I don't know if he went to see them because I gotta be like, I hope you better fucking gone to see them at that Janesville show because I didn't get into a New York show. But when I posted this angrily on Facebook, apparently they stay up on their social media a lot, and they responded and were like, we'll be back soon or something. Like, the fuck you will. But
I'd go see him.
At their shows, do they address the crowd as ninjas?
no, they
Are
do
they
not.
like, sup ninjas?
How great would it be if they played fucking Gathering of the Juggalos?
Oh man, that would be great. They should.
I would go.
We should start.
Are we going anyway?
bugging them.
Yeah, but
dude.
that's kind of what I was saying. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I would definitely go. Not that I'm not already going.
Yeah. Was that July?
Fuck.
Well, no, the thing is, I think, so for those of you who don't know, I think Gathering of the Juggalos is in jeopardy this year because I think they can't find a place that will let them put the fest on.
Oh man. They should just do it on a cruise ship. Like,
Does it have
every
to
other
do with their
shit fest?
gang standing?
I think it might have something to do with them being classified as a hybrid gang and with the fact that, like, their fans don't seem to have respect for anything other than the family. Because it sounded like most places they've been, those property operators weren't exactly excited about the aftermath. But I think it was supposed to be in August. I'm looking it up.
I feel like that's true.
But yeah, then because a couple months ago, I saw somebody post something like, "Oh, is it true that it's like, it's not in Colorado anymore?" And I was like, "What?" And then like they don't have anywhere to do it. I think.
Shit.
Let me see.
That's gonna be their march on Washington.
Right,
is
right.
gonna
But
be
it's
their new
well, no, but
gathering.
that's a month. The next month, right? Maybe they're gonna be turned into political.
This is
says
from 2 days
Denver.
ago. I found a thing from 2 days ago.
Okay.
Jump Steady revealed that they have 3 different locations that they are considering at the moment.
Oh wait, so is it gonna be like WrestleMania 2?
The only bad thing, yeah. The only bad thing is that none of them are in Colorado. The good thing is that he said it would still be a West Coast gathering. So where will it be? Arizona, California, Vegas. Wait, what do all those places have in common? That's weed is legal there. So like no Colorado. All right. So one of these other states. Otherwise, what's the point? I think is what it sounds like they're saying. But yeah. So the news is that they're still considering several venues. We don't know what they are.
No, that would be hilarious if they just didn't have the gathering and just had the march on Washington.
Yeah.
No, but like, and wasn't there the other thing that I saw something that was like open. It was like basically a call for bands. Like they didn't have anyone to play the show, and they were like, "Yo, anyone who's like down adjacent, right?
Oh,
Like
man.
can come play." They're like, "Are you vaguely rock and or hip hop?" Like, but
Or
not
a reality TV personality. Tila
right?
Tequila.
Well, she went to high school with Sweet Sugar Slam. That's how that happened.
Right.
Girls' night,
Oh
ladies'
shit!
night.
I was gonna post. There was a good somebody I tweeted it, and it was basically like, something about how ridiculous it is that reposting a statement from I think it was Violent J, but I'm not sure which
One of the two.
One of the two.
What are their names again?
Violent J
Shaggy
and
Two Dope.
Oh, right,
Shaggy,
right.
yeah, Shaggy Two Dope, and I always just can remember that one of them is violent. But
sad
I'm like,
that you
but they're
know
probably
that.
both violent. Just
And
one of them has it in the name.
Jump Steady's his brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Wait, I can't even remember now. Steph told that story about like her friend knows him
Oh, I
or
don't
whatever.
remember.
Like, oh man, it was
Why am
so
I not
bad.
surprised?
It was so bad. It was hilarious.
Here's a similar announcement on fagolovers.net.
I just wish Juggalo book were still around.
I wonder how much it would cost to buy that domain.
Which one?
FagoLovers.com.
I don't know, man. They're probably pretty committed.
Yeah, they might sell for cheap,
They might need
They
some
might wanna
cash
buy
to
drugs.
score some Fago. Yo, we love Fago so much we sold the domain to buy more Fago. Showing our dedication to the game.
I'd immediately like flip that to like Coca-Cola or something.
No, dude, no. What happened? What happened to? I mean, I know what happened to Juggalo book, but I'm curious.
Wait, there was a Juggalo book?
Yeah. It was a Juggalo version of Facebook. But as anyone who knows even a modicum about computer science or the internet knows, Facebook is sort of like a internet scale operation, which is not easy to run, and this was beyond the capabilities of some juggalos, and people were always like, it was hilarious because people would go like on Facebook to complain about how slow Juggalo book was, right? They'd be like, "Oh, the site's so slow and it always crashes, blah blah." And finally, people were like, "Yo, we don't have time to run." It's like, no, you don't know how to run.
Right.
We don't know how this shit works, so we're gonna stop.
It's like your MySQL instance is not gonna hold up to the fanaticism of the family. So, but I'm wondering if the domain's available. That would be funny to like
Buy Juggalo book
and like spin up like a functional one.
Yes.
And then there would be a constant debate about like, oh, but this shit's corporate. Like, but it's family. It'd be like, it's not corporate. None of you have money.
Or it's just like a government honeypot
to
to interdict cross-state, drug sales.
I'm pretty sure you just most juggalos are very out, right? Like that's part of like that was part of the thing.
Just Google image search for Hatchet Men.
Right? No, like in their lawsuit. All right, so people who don't know, they have a lawsuit against the feds for classifying them as a gang. Like, so all the people who have the stories of discrimination, half of them are like a court-appointed steward or whatever, like was trying to evaluate my fitness to, care for my children or whatever. And they're like, and they saw all my Juggalo shit. And it's like, right, because you were very out about it. I think they don't need a honeypot. They just go on Facebook or YouTube. My favorite are the YouTube videos, man. My favorite is there's one. It's called Maggots versus Juggalos, but it's actually not a versus. It's like these two kids talking about like how they're like, yo, just because like you're down with the hatchet and we're slaves to the clown, like the other clowns, the other rap rock clowns, like doesn't mean like we can be cool, right? Like just I can respect that you listen to other terrible music. It's one of my favorite videos ever. We should probably watch it on this show sometime.
Yeah. I just remember. So there's also one of the first. Let me see if I can find the name of this. I saw one of the first books coming out about the election. Shit, I don't want to.
Is it by Juggalos?
No, but the title is like, it's a play on Insane Clown Posse, and I was like,
what?
Like they're making fun of. I mean,
was it like the Dean Malenko? How?
Oh no! Here, let me find it because I don't know what it.
Why didn't Donald run with Shaggy 2 Dope as his running mate?
He's not down with the clown.
But otherwise he would. That show would book.
But
all right.
But it would have boosted the evangelical base.
That's true.
Right? There were a lot of questions around legitimacy of Trump's faith. He could have boosted that by tapping into the
how do magnets work?
Right?
Coalition.
Yeah, they're very anti-science. There's a line in that song. It goes, "Scientists always lying to me,
getting me pissed. No, always lying, getting me pissed." Yeah.
No, Juggalos and
they don't believe
and the far right are two sides of the same coin.
Which is interesting because like they've alienated like.
Well, no, but
are you saying Juggalos are the alt-right?
Yes. That is exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying, well, and this is a topic for our next show when we talk about flyover rock. It's the same. Right. They have the same origins.
I found it. Insane Clown President dispatches from the 2016 circus. That's what it is.
Well, it should have been like cards from the. Yeah. But that would have been a little too inside for people to get.
People don't get where the gathering meets the gathering. All right. Let's see what else is going on at Namm.
Wait, before we get off this, I'm super curious. Okay, so like I've been watching a fair amount of like Russian rap lately.
Ugh.
And yeah, it's really
Tell
bad.
me more.
And also there's like really bad Russian rap rock. I'm really curious if there's like, you know, like Eastern European juggalos, right?
Oh my
Because that
God.
would be hilariously awesome.
They'd be into families and hatchets and bears.
I don't know. It's so there's something that feels so American.
Right? No,
About-
I'm willing to bet that there's not.
But there's an
Right.
equivalent.
But if-
There's got to be an
but if
Oh
equivalent.
there
yeah,
were-
yeah. There's got to be an equivalent.
Or like Vietnamese juggalos. That would be awesome too. Like anyone where it's like just so out of left field for everything that they stand for.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I unfortunately, well, maybe fortunately, I don't think the family extends beyond the country's borders.
There's Canadian juggalos.
Oh, there are?
Yeah, yeah.
Are there Mexican juggalos?
Probably.
We may just have to do something on like foreign rap in general because like another thing that would tie in is my friend Phil posted and he was like, "Is there anything worse than Swedish rap?" I don't think so. And I was like, "Well, okay, so why is it bad? Like, I mean, I believe you, but why?"
But tell me more.
Yes, and he didn't really he answered. He was just like, it just because it's the things aren't worse than it, it's the worst. And I'm like, that's not okay, fine. So I listened to some, and I came back and I was like, oh, is it because everything rhymes with everything?
Because it's a cased language.
Right, yeah. So, and he was just like, nah, it's just bad. I'm like, well, but also this thing I just said.
also,
This is
right.
clearly. I was like, okay, so here's why, in case you were wondering. Because yeah, I looked up something and it's just like everyone just sounds ridiculous. Because because the ends of the words all rhyme. There's like three syllables that you can rhyme.
All right, sorry about the the diversion there. Juggalos are close to my heart, and I get carried away. I get lost in the moment.
Oh, here's something from Namm we can
You're
talk about.
adrift in a sea of like, you're adrift on Lake Hepatitis.
There are no smooth grooves there, though, unfortunately. Adrift with no smooth grooves. Speaking of no smooth grooves, you know who else we saw at Namm? Michelangelo.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Again, in the same booth, doing the same thing.
Yes.
So they make like everybody put headphones on to listen in
Oh,
because
right,
they
that
have,
was different
Like,
this
That was the
year.
one
No, they did that
difference.
last year.
No,
I
he was
remember
just
being
playing
able
the
to
booth.
hear him last year.
Yeah,
though,
we could like legit. I mean,
because I
yeah,
have a video of it.
All
like
right.
we could hear him, but I couldn't tell where it was coming from because it was like one little speaker somewhere that you could hear it from, but it was definitely less loud to us than it looked like it because he had headphones on too, and he was like rocking out with his playing over the top of the neck and shit, and which is exactly what he was doing when we
The
saw
wrong
him last
side
year.
of the neck.
Sorry, the wrong side of the neck, which is the top.
Because Namm has volume police
Right.
for
Yeah.
anyone who hasn't been, to keep everyone honest. I
They're
guess.
very ineffective.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's playing at the Mark Bass booth, which are now would they change their
They
name?
have
DV Mark. I
DV
think.
Mark, correct?
Yeah.
Thank you, because they make more than bass stuff now.
it's their amp guitar amp.
It
imprint.
was pretty bad. He looks slightly worse than he looked last year.
It's hard to tell though because it's a wig.
That wig, right? You're right. You have to see what's
And the wig covers like a
right. that's
significant
what I'm
portion of his
saying.
face,
You have to move it apart,
which means he chose a wig with bangs. Is the key factor.
So up until like last year when we saw him, I actually hadn't seen him since he did that Speed Kills video.
Oh yeah,
And I was confused because he's like twice as big now as in
Yeah.
that video. He's
I mean, I
still
assume he's
pretty
doing
big.
less blow.
Well, I was gonna say, right. He probably has less of a blow budget. There's probably also a point where your body stops shedding the pounds from
Yeah.
because you. I mean, look at Bane, right? That guy, yeah. So yeah, he was big, but no. Well, that's because you didn't see him on. He wasn't on your flight
Right.
at Namm 3 years ago.
Yeah. Well, the year we first went to the Neil and Michael's Metal Jam, he was there, and I mean he's been featured since, but like that was I think 2 years ago, and then last year
I
we
have
just
a
saw him.
video of him playing Crazy Train on the wrong
Yeah.
side of the neck.
Yeah, and with like 50 extra notes per measure, per measure, 50 extra notes.
It's like no one asked for a fill, and usually the drummer plays those. He's like, hold on, I played the riff.
That song is already like a third fills. Like most of that guitar part is already, and he's like, these fills don't have enough notes. They need like 50 more. Per
Nothing will ever beat Yngwie playing Dream On, though. The most unnecessarily added
Yeah.
notes. now with more notes.
I was a little disappointed there weren't any shows like that this year. At least that we found out.
Oh yeah,
about.
the Ingve
Yeah.
show last year was pure gold, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything about that was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, so we went to see. We knew to go for the Schechter party regardless because it's always like one of the most popular things, and so at the last minute, everyone's scrambling to find
Thank you
passes
for
and
your
shit.
donations, Rich.
Yeah, so we got in early. I found the booth babes and I was like, how do I score tickets? And this year they'd actually turned it into some sort of charity thing. So they're like, there's a suggested donation. So I paid double the donation because it was like $5 a ticket.
yeah.
So I'm like, I will pay you $10 a ticket. And they seemed like genuinely surprised.
Right, they were
by
like,
the
you
fact-
know, that doesn't help you get in anymore, and we're
Right,
like,
right.
that.
She's
She's like,
like,
no, that's
Rich.
cool. I just
I'm like, right. I'm like, if it's for
You
a
could write it off
thing-
on your taxes, you know?
who knows? I didn't get a receipt, so
Yeah.
maybe not. But then it helped when Bob was like, "Oh wait, we need more tickets." So
Yeah.
and I went back and they were like, "Oh yeah, here you go."
you're like, see,
Like, yeah. But yeah, so we go to that show, and who was the opener that we didn't see? Was it King? Was it King
was-
playing before King's X?
yeah, it was like,
Yeah, something like that.
yeah, King with a Y,
right.
Yeah,
Wait, what's the name of that Michigan band that's about guns? Is that King 187?
I don't know.
oh, King
Isn't it?
81. It's like 811 or something like that.
No, 187 is the
Are you sure?
Homicide.
Oh, right, because it might be their area code.
Right.
I was thinking it was homicide. Okay. But anyway, I'm just like, aren't there? Speaking of King bands,
810, King 810.
810,
is the,
right? Okay.
Where it's like named after their
So
gang or whatever.
I had two of the digits correct. No, and it makes me. My brother, I think, for 5 minutes played in a band called King of the Hill. But this was long before the TV show. This was in the 80s. Yeah, no, but I think it was just funny that there were two King bands on this bill. Anyway,
Yes.
I have no idea who this King with the Y band is because we purposely we timed it correctly
Yes,
to
we
not
timed it
see
We
perfectly.
them.
got
to
dinner
miss
across
them.
the street and ate really well, and then showed up at the venue just in time to get in. For
And
tickets.
but it was like there's like you said,
Yeah,
the
it's-
tickets don't guarantee you entry. There's always a billion people that want to go to this thing, but you'd think they would know that and they would have security set up in a manner that,
Right.
like, we're in this line that it goes across the front of the venue and then all the way through the parking lot, which is the same parking lot as the Anaheim Angels Stadium, which had some sick motocross going on.
that
right
was the
then.
other event in town.
Our
was
Uber
motocross.
Our Uber was like, "Yo, how'd you guys like that motocross?" And we're like, "We actually
Right?
went to a show."
That was the second time we were asked if you're here for Namm or motocross.
We won't talk about that other time.
But so anyway, so we missed the first band. We timed it perfectly, actually, which was totally by accident because who knew how long we were gonna have to stand in that line?
Yeah.
So we get in, and the first band was just ending, and they're like, "King's X is gonna play in 15 minutes." We're like, "Great." Then we scoped out a spot. I thought they were super boring. My brother's way into King's X.
Yeah.
I think he thought it was awesome. So that's cool.
I thought it was all right.
'Cause-
That's okay. I
There's
like
like,
King's X.
I like them a little bit. I only know like 3 songs, and there's like one of them that I wanted to hear they didn't play, and like that Over My Head song's all right. Although at the same time, unless they're actually playing it, I don't like it. Like it's one of those songs like
Right.
because it has that one part where it's like music, music, music,
Right.
music, 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 music.
Well, it's
And-
like a gospel thing, you know?
Right, exactly, and that's
Yeah.
why I have a natural aversion to it because I'm
Right.
like, the Lord, and I'm like, no thanks, I'm good.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I-
But they're all right. Yeah, that's how I feel. I always felt about them. I'm like, they're an all right band, and they've always been kind of prog rock, but like light on the prog part.
I mean,
they're
I have
kind of
some
just like a
King's X
solid
albums.
rock band. No, they're a good band. I just have never like actively listened to them.
They're competent players. They're not offensively bad. But never in my life have I been like, man, I'm gonna put on King's
Yeah.
X now.
Well, it was cool because I had never seen them and I wanted to see them. I wanted them to hear them play one other song they didn't fucking play. That would have definitely
Yeah,
made
yeah,
my night.
same.
And then I was like, you're done? And also it's kind of short. Oh, yeah. But then, of course, so here's the other reason that we were like, we got to make sure we don't get there late is that one of the things that guarantees a huge clusterfuck is if Zach Wilde is anywhere
Yeah,
at
it's
NAMM.
fucking-
And it
people
wasn't
at
even...
NAMM love
Wild.
Zach Wilde.
And last
Zach
time,
Wild.
though, I'm pretty sure it was Black Label Society.
Yeah.
This time it was just Zach Sabbath. So, oh yeah, you gotta hear Zach Wilde play some old Black
You
Sabbath
gotta hear him
songs.
really fucking murder a bunch of Black
Right.
Sabbath
And
tunes
how
by
much you want
adding
to
squealies.
bet that he only plays like the first like 5 albums with Ozzy type stuff.
Of course, because like, dude, you're not gonna play like. You're
Also, he
Sabbath.
can't sing any of the like Dio or Tony Martin stuff.
You're not gonna play the Sabbath material that came out at the time while you were in Ozzy. Right?
That's a very good point.
Like,
That's a very, very good point.
Like you're doing
Yes.
No More
Slap in the
Tears.
face.
You're not
Yes.
gonna play Dehumanizer.
He probably never heard it. He was like,
Yeah.
The only music he heard during those years was his own guitar and the sound of like Ozzy vomiting or something. Like,
So yeah, no, it probably was all like War Pigs and
Yeah,
and stuff.
exactly.
So like, but
we should have stuck around just long enough to be like, play Eternal Idol,
right,
The Shining, play The Shining.
he'd be like, play what?
Yeah.
But we didn't stick around for it at all.
Yeah,
No, because you know sometimes life gives you
Better places to be.
right. Well, we got like I said,
Well,
we
you
did
just
that.
go watch a band in the lobby at the hotel,
Right,
which is what
right.
we did.
Which we know is going to be just as hilarious, although actually more so because again, yeah, Zach Sabbath would have just been like, "Yep, I sure don't like this. This is not for me." But we nailed it perfectly. We just got in there like with just enough time to like get drinks, go to the bathroom before King's X started, and then King's X, and we're like, "Are we going to stick around?" And we're like, "Nah."
There was no need for the security to be that long, though. Like, the only reason
yeah.
it was like that because they had the barbecuing going on outside, and they had some stupid red carpet. Like, why do you need red carpet pictures at a metal show?
So I mean,
it's LA. No, that's an LA thing. There's like red carpets everywhere.
to be fair, it's like that's always a thing at that venue. At least when there's a big, any decent sized crowd. Like it was definitely the year we didn't get in, there was a similar line. Although I feel like, why do I feel like we waited and then still didn't get in or something? I don't know. Or no, there wasn't a lot. There must have been 2 years we didn't get in because one year.
There was one year we didn't try to go. We didn't have tickets.
Oh, maybe there was a year where
because it was Arch Enemy, and I was like, I
Right.
don't want to see Arch Enemy again.
I feel
ever.
like maybe when we went for Steel Panther, there was a line, but it wasn't that
Right,
bad.
but it wasn't heinous.
Right, it wasn't heinous. It still went like way too slow for like how long it
Correct.
should have, and we're still like, why was there even that line there? But now it was worse because they also added all the extra shit in that courtyard.
Yeah.
To
Yeah, they had
create
it
an extra
covered and it had the
bottleneck.
barbecue and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It was terrible. But no, so we were talking about the King's X show. The one thing that I thought was really hilarious was so the angle, like, so they had these video screens where they're showing, you know, whatever in case you can't see the stage. And so you're looking at the stage straight on, but the video, one of the shots is at an angle. And so the shot of the guitar player, he's stage left, and then there's a camera further stage left. And so it shoots across the stage. You see him, and then you see Doug Pinnick's cabinets, and behind his cabinets, his tech is hiding. So if you're looking at the stage, you can't see the guy. He is well hidden. But if you look at the video screen, you see this guy
all the
crouching
time.
behind. Right, and
The
it
whole
wasn't
show.
right. It wasn't some of the time. It was whenever they showed the guitar player.
shot-
you saw him and this dude crouching behind the amps.
The shot looked like the camera guy knew and was like, "You idiot," and like specifically had framed him in like the left third of the shot, and he looks so confident that he's out of sight, and you're looking at him like, everyone
so
can see you.
Unfortunately, he was way too focused on his job. I was
Right.
waiting for him to do something like pick his nose or something,
Right,
and like
right.
which would have been really funny. But no, he was just there like waiting for.
Wasn't
you
he
know,
fucking up at his job too? Weren't there like tons of technical
Well,
problems?
that's not
with
no, but his
tuning
job
and-
is to fix those.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he caused them. It wasn't like he was
might
back
have.
there unplugging shit. Like, so yeah, I don't know. That was funny, but yeah. So then we.
Make sure your instruments are set up correctly before
Yeah.
your gig.
Well, I was
though.
gonna say,
Like,
and Doug Pinnick had a too many strings bass.
Oh,
He
yeah.
had a 12 string, which is like 4,
He's always
but they're like
played that.
triple.
Yeah, double octave.
I haven't seen him before. Again,
Well, which
Alright.
they had, whatchamacallit. So they that was the first thing I took a picture of at Namm, though,
Yeah.
was Bob and I went to the Dean booth, and they had
Yeah.
they had one of those, and it was like you could not play it with your hands, right? You
Yeah.
had to play it with a pick. It was like super crazy, and then Doug Pinnick's up there playing
Yeah.
one. It's like, oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, definite too many strings entry. But right, so, but then after that, we just went back to the hotel and just watched. So the people who don't know, there's constantly bands in the hotel lobbies, And
Oh, I know the story.
there's a couple. I was gonna tell the Command Sisters one. Which one did you think I was gonna tell?
When the band is like, "Oh, you want to hear some music from the '80s?"
Oh yeah, that was good. Well, yeah, so we should tell that one. So right, like, and it's Namm again, right? Where like everyone's a butt rocker. Like there was a Van Halen band one night, and people.
Am I allowed to talk about Bob posting "Rock is Not Dead" at like 1 a.m. or whatever?
My brother partied a little too hard one night, and
he caught the
and was like way into Van Halen.
Yeah, and he caught this Van Halen tribute, and he posted like "Rock is not dead."
Well, then he came back to the room, so I felt like shit because like we day drank like rail vodka that Rapco had given. My brother's a Rapco dealer, so Rapco had hooked us up with liquor in the middle of the day, and just later, like, I don't know if it was because I drank real liquor at 1 p.m. or whatever, but like I just did not feel well, and so I took a nap while
Could have been food trucks too, but
true. We also ate food trucks, which is always questionable.
Yeah.
So Bob goes to the Van Halen show in the lobby, and I go to sleep, and then he comes back into the room. And he's definitely like partying too hard, and I wake up and he gets on Facebook and he just like thinks everything is hilarious, and he like
posting so much,
and he's like saying stuff that like doesn't. You're just like, what are you talking? Because I'm like a half asleep,
right?
And he's like laughing and saying stuff, and I don't know what he's talking about. And then he's like posting all this junk. And what was hilarious is when the next day, and I go and I see the posts, and they're all like he'd like tried to hashtag stuff. But like he typed it out wrong, so like it like none of them were actually hashtags. and then I was like, Bob, look at all the stuff you posted, and he was like, oh yeah, like, he was like, oh yeah.
I was like, do you remember posting "Rock is Not Dead"? His like, picture of a Van Halen picture.
This is like, why he should be on Rigs of Dad.
Oh yeah. Well, so
I have a great clip of him with that Striper guitar too.
Yes. Well, so
that's going in some video.
We went to the Washburn booth, and they had, of course, the Striper guitar, and they're next to like there's this wall of Marshalls. So Bob picks it up and walks over to the wall of Marshalls and then pretends to like headbang. He almost like fell over. He was totally sober at this point.
He was doing like kicks and
which was hilarious. Right, he's doing kicks and headbanging and stuff. And so we were taking pictures, and I Instagrammed it, and I tagged Rigs of Dad, hoping they would post it, but they didn't, unfortunately. But it is the ultimate Rigs of Dad because he's got like his like neon yellow sneakers, and the Striper guitar,
blue jeans,
the blue jeans, and the wall of amps. Oh man, it was so awesome.
It was perfect. I mean, I have video of it too, so we'll post something.
Okay, sweet.
We got to do our own, like, I don't know, Rigs of Dad missed out.
But okay, so what Eric was talking about this one band in the hotel lobby the one night. Right, it
was like the closing band.
Yeah, right. The last night, whatever, the last big band, and
the first thing they do when they get on stage is like, they go, "You guys like '80s music, right?" And you figure with Namm's crowd, it's gonna be all like butt rock.
Yeah.
And then what do they start playing?
Like Men at Work or something.
It was like stuff from like 16 Candles.
Right,
like,
yeah. It was definitely like
sappy,
synth
poppy,
pop.
yeah.
It was like synth pop, which is fine. Like that's fine.
Right.
But it was like wrong. Like I'm really curious now who books those hotel stages because the quality of the acts varies so wildly.
Yeah. Right.
And like both the quality and the nature, it's just like it's all over the place.
I feel like bands pay to play for those slots. I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah. We should find out.
Yeah, we should find out.
And then book Gentrified.
No, Tweeze the Gooch and Gentrified.
Yes. Gooch. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Where we don't prepare anything, we just get up there and go, but like pseudo improvise, just kind of like we found a groove, and then just keep grooving it until we get bored.
No. If we found a groove, we're doing it wrong.
Wait, if we find a groove, then you have to change the groove. So somebody has to like
play a
new polyrhythm, and then we have to play a new polyrhythm against that and keep it rolling.
All we do is we'll pick,
be the liquid tension experiment of gent.
We'll pick a tempo, and then you can just tap time whatever.
Yeah.
So we can all if you have like one ear on an in ear, right? You could like we've all got the click and then you can just subdivide it differently, and
Yeah, you just play what the fuck. We can all just play whatever.
And just
It's like,
switch,
it's the best
and just
gen
switch
ever.
whatever.
Oh shit! I want to do this now.
And then get ladder maths dude up there to like
Yes.
go over like
Yeah.
just make stuff up. That would be amazing.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah, we should do this now.
Yeah, we did a little gentrified market research at Namm, and
would-
it went over very
It
well.
would literally be metal by numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, people were totally down with gentrified.
Yeah.
They thought it was highly amusing.
Yeah.
There were a lot of gent stuff there. And our favorite gent band was there too, Ladder Math.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe on iTunes or yourmusicisbad.com. Follow us on Twitter at YMIB Podcast. And stay tuned to upcoming episodes for news on our YouTube channel.